Okay, so this is where we're at. It's looking like the design is basically where I want it to be. Now I just need to go through and check my images, make sure everything's in CMYK, make sure everything's high enough resolution, and also package up my file and embed my links and all that good stuff. So this is kind of the final wrap-up exercise that you'll need to do every time you're done with a project. So let's use this white arrow tool. We'll go here, we'll go into links. So we can do a command, let's see, control click on this and open edit with Photoshop. Check some CMYK. Do I need to do a command L for levels? Do I need to maybe try and lighten it up a little bit since it is kind of, maybe mess with some of the contrast to make the image, the colors pop a little bit? Command S, Command W. Here's our Facebook. I'm pretty sure I put that in CMYK and I did, so Command S, Command W to save and close it. Let's see, Command S, Command W. I don't need this anymore. I'm in Photoshop right now, so let's go back in here. So this image checked out, this checked out. Let's try this one out. So we're using our links panel. I clicked on it with the white arrow tool, the actual image, and then option click or control click, edit with Photoshop. Image, mode, it's in CMYK color, great. Command L for levels. Let's see if we can maybe enhance the photo, the colors in the photo and the contrast in the photo a little bit. You can also use other filters if you want. Command S. I'm just really used to doing Command L, but you can also do like a layer or what is it? Layer, new adjustment layer, hue and saturation. You could bring this up, just push OK, and then you can kind of bump up the saturation if you wanted to really kind of make it super. You can bring it lighter, or lightness and darkness. I mean, you can just mess with these sliders. Actually, I kind of like that, so I'll do Command S, push OK. And InDesign, that'll update it. You can see that that's really been changed. This one is probably still totally raw off the internet. I took this one off Facebook. And okay, also we want to look at our info panel. This one, oh, and it tells you here too, color space, CMYK, affected. So we actually don't have to open them all up. So this is 285. It's a little bit lower than what I would suggest 300, but it's close enough. And it's CMYK. Let's look at this one. This one's RGB, so it tells us it's RGB, so we'll have to open that one up. And it's at 382, so that's actually okay, even though I pulled this off of. You can actually click on it with the white arrow tool, control click on the actual image as well, and do edit with Photoshop instead of going into the links. So let's see. I don't know if I need to make a copy because it looks like this is so I just trashed the locked copy and now I'm on the new copy I made. Maybe I'll do another select or layer, new adjustment layer, brightness and contrast, and okay, and then maybe I can just kind of. It didn't give me quite as many. Oh, I used the wrong thing. I meant to do layer, new adjustment layer, hue and saturation is what I meant to do, not brightness and contrast. So if I kind of up the saturation, that helps a lot. And then if I do Command L, I think that if those two things together might really. Oh, I'm still on the wrong layer. I need to get on this one. Command L, and then that really might help our image to look a little bit richer. Command S, save over the old file, push OK, W, Command W, just to close out of this stuff. I just have some old stuff open here. Well, just ignore that. And so we go into our links panel, just make sure our links are updated. I think it is updated because it doesn't have a little. Stuff has just been automatically updating, which might be just a new update with InDesign. Okay, so this is still an RGB. It's at 239. It's a little bit lower than 300, but it's still not bad. I could maybe find a way of shrinking down the size of it even more. If I push W, it's basically the bleed line is preventing me from making it any smaller. So it's going to be a little bit blurry, but not bad. This is 412, so that should be fine. And this one is 417, but these are all in RGB. This is still in RGB. This is still in RGB. This is still in RGB. And this is just a placeholder image. This isn't actually going to be, because it's the same image as this. But so if I just do a control click on my image with the white arrow tool, edit with Photoshop, open this up, image mode, CMYK color. Okay. And this might seem like a really mundane, hard thing for you guys to have discipline with. But it really is worth it to go through every photo and bump up the colors. Command S to save that. Let's see, I just want to save over the old file, but it keeps on wanting me to. I mean, I can make it a PSD if I want and name it. That's not a bad idea, honestly, but push OK. So yeah, I'll just keep going through all of my images and updating them, and that's going to just enhance everything. So since I updated the name of this file and I saved it out as a PSD, so I'm going to have to relink it. And I think I put it on my desktop. And where's that at? Oh, this is PSD2. Maybe that's not linked up. Anyway, when you do this, just make sure that so here it is, open. There we go. And then I think I didn't end up bringing this one in either, so I'll relink it to that new file that I saved out. And it's a PSD, it's this one. And you can tell by the colors get brighter, which is good. That actually helps that photo out a lot. So I'll do the same thing to these remaining photos, and I'll get back to you. We still have work to do as far as preparing this file for print. So I've gone around and I have actually changed all the hues and saturations on every photo, or the levels, just try to pop up the color, bump up the color a little bit. And actually in the links panel, if you open it up enough, it will tell you if it's CMYK. But the info panel is just nice to use because it'll tell you the effective PPI. These are the actual PPI is 72 because I pulled them offline. Except for some of them, and all of them are of an acceptable DPI or PPI, whichever way you want to put it. This one's a little low because we have it blown up so big, but it's close enough to 300 where we're not going to run into too much problem. Yeah, and all these other ones are looking good. This is an EPS, so it doesn't really have a resolution because it's vector. So yeah, we have that basically taken care of. I think it's pretty much ready to go. Now we just need to do our links. So I have quite a few links in here because I have a lot of different things. So I'm just going to select the first link, scroll down to the end of all the links, push shift so I have everything highlighted. And then I'm going to go up to here to this kind of stacked line menu and go to utilities and copy links to. And this is where I really want to make sure I'm in the right folder. So I'm in my InDesign brochure project folder and in my images folder, and choose. And that'll put all of my images that I've used into that folder. It'll copy it in there so that now all my files are really organized and not all over the place. Because honestly, I was bringing these in from my downloads, I was bringing them in from my desktop, and I was bringing them in from my documents. So I had several different areas I was bringing it in from, and now they're all in one place, which is great. And then this is where you can go into embed link, which you definitely need to do this, because if I go to open up your brochure in InDesign and you don't embed your links, everything's going to be broken and I'm not going to be able to see anything. So that's looking good. The fonts are going to be another issue if I don't have your fonts that you use. So I'm going to have to show you how to kind of package up your file from here too as well. But for now, our document is basically ready. One of the last things I'm going to do is go to Object, unlock all on spread, click on page 2 so I can do object unlock all on spread. And I'm actually going to move this template off. Oops, I didn't grab the template. I'm actually going to move this template off to the side so it's out of the way. And we can get one final look at our design without the template. Oh, and it looks like I have some text that I might be missing. No, it's all right. Because sometimes if you have text that is running outside of one of your boxes, you'll get this little red dot and like this little red plus, and that means that you're running, that you have text that you haven't, that's not visible, that's still in there. So just note that, I guess. Yeah, so this is looking good. And now we can really see the design without without the lines. And actually, if I could zoom in on this, there is a little white space here that I didn't know about. So I want to tighten that up a little bit if I can. Yeah, that's looking good. All right, in the next video, I'll kind of show you how to export out the PDF. I still have some time in this one, but I'm thinking that I might just stop here for now.